Alright, for those of y'all that have watched NorCal's video of how to repair a SXRD TV, you'll notice in his demonstration that he has a special rig made to test his unit. I, however, did not have a special unit, so I read in his comments that it's possible for you to be creative, I guess he said, and pull everything out and still have it work. So let me show you how I did it here. So if you want to learn how to take it apart, just search for NorCal's video on YouTube at I think you can search for SXRD green screen, and he shows you exactly how to take it apart. My model is a 2020. His is a 2000 that he takes apart, but his 2020 is exactly the same. So what you'll see here, take it apart just like he suggests. So the chassis is totally empty here. And what we did was we swung the main board around, so these connectors back here in the back would be able to connect. I don't know if you can even see these very well, but this was the only way that we could attach the this is the speakers and the infrared for the remote control. This is where it all comes through. And so we've connected it there. So we've got this laying here, just like this. And then over on this end, you'll see all of the main wires that from the back of the TV are on the left side. We've swung that out and we've put them over here on the right side of the main board, and you'll see we've gone ahead and attached the lamp fan here, and then here's the lamp unit, and then we went ahead and added this fan here. I think in his video he doesn't have this attached, he's just got a different fan going on it, but we went ahead and attached this. There's a fan down here that helps cool the optical block. We've moved these wires back from this main wiring harness area to come back through this unit to connect to the optical block board right here, you'll see. So you'll have 3 cable connections down here on the optical block board. And then we just lay the optical block board right there on top. Put a rag there just to make sure we don't short anything out. Here's our lens we've got here, and then obviously underneath here are the actual LCD panels that we replaced. So there's the overall way it looks when you swing it out. I suppose this is what he says, when you can be creative and swing it out to the right. That's what we've done here. So if you have any other questions on how to do it, be sure to comment on my video. And also I will confirm that Convergence took a very, very long time. There's really not a good way to do it. It's trial and error. Maybe I'll think of a few tips and tell you what we did. So one thing we did, we got to where we left the lens, or the whole optical block unit, which is this silver part, and then the LCD panels are back here. We left it unscrewed for the most part. We left the lens unscrewed, so it's easy to take the lens on and off. But also, if this is unscrewed, my dad was here helping me, so he could lift the main board while I lifted this whole unit up together at the same time, so you can get to all 4 screws on the LCD panel, because with the lens taken out, I think it's still attached, yeah. With the lens taken out, you can't really get to all 4 screws. So here's the blue optical block that causes the problem, and you'll see right here you can only get to 2 screws, the one up top there and the one down here. There's 2 more back in the back that you can see, but you can't really get to. Maybe a modification to the unit could be to maybe drill holes in this plastic right here and right here, so you could actually get to the screws, but we didn't do that. What we'd do is we'd lift this whole unit up so he could get in and mess with all 4 screws at the same time. And eventually we got it without having to do a lot of internal adjustment. We kind of did that once we felt like we got it lined up pretty well, just to kind of fine tune it. So now you can get a good view from this side, the opposite view of the main board. You'll see, as earlier, it's connected the remote and speakers and power there. And it comes over, connects all the main connections in this general vicinity. There's the ballast control. The fan is up underneath it. There's the light ballast, the lamp, which comes through the prism, which is right in here, shines the light into the LCD panels, which creates the prism creates the colors that shines through the panels. Comes up through the lens, creates your picture. So I'll leave this whole shot for a little bit, so you guys that want to study it, as you try to lay out your own, can do so. Also, here's the iris control for the lens, and you do not want that plugged in while you're testing. If you're throwing it up on your ceiling, that'll change the aspect to be too small for you to see anything. So it's fine to leave it unplugged. When it's time to put the unit back together, just remember that the iris plugs into that little port right there. It's hard to focus on back in there, but on the control board for the optical block. Now here's a strange phenomenon that I have. I'm projecting up on the ceiling. When I turn the TV on, I get these dashed lines. So far I haven't heard of why I get them. I think it's an error. It's kind of a weird looking thing because we're looking at the ceiling fan, but you'll see video 6 there as normal. I can make these lines go away when I cycle through the inputs, but obviously something's not right there. I'm hoping it's in the fact that I haven't regrounded everything, so it's kind of acting strangely. Also, when I go into service mode, these will go away as well, so not really sure what the deal is with that. They're a little helpful though, actually, in trying to get it converged before we got the crosshatch pattern up. So I wanted to film this just so you could kind of see what actually comes up as soon as I turn the TV on. Okay, now you'll see the crosshatch pattern. Looks pretty good. Don't really have any outlying colors that are really standing out, and it's all the way from the corner all the way to the corner, very well aligned. You can kind of see on the ceiling fan a little more detail. Now you see blue kind of on both sides of the line, so I don't really know, how to fix that. I don't know if that's really going to cause an issue when I turn the TV back on with video, but I really don't think I or anyone else could get it better aligned than it is right now, because it's pretty much spot on. So just wanted to show you that crosshatch pattern in the service mode. I know NorCal covers this, but the service mode to get to this crosshatch pattern, in case you don't watch his video, on your Sony remote, if you hit display, the number 5, and the volume plus button and power, you'll go into service mode. If your TV was turned off, you want to turn your TV off and then do that. Again, it's display, the number 5, volume plus, and then power, and it'll come into service mode. And if you hit the number, or hit the jump button, then the number 1, then the number 3, it'll pull up this crosshatch pattern. Don't do that though if you're not confident in messing around with it though, because you could really mess up your TV going into service mode and not knowing what you're doing. So There are also multiple videos you could get to display the crosshatch pattern.